Welcome back to Boundless Books. Today, we're diving into Chapter 4 of The Hunger Games, titled First Glimpse of the Capital. This chapter marks a sharp shift in tone from the quiet dread of District 12 to the dazzling excess of the capital, highlighting the vast inequality that defines Panem. The chapter opens as Katniss Everdeen awakens on the train, realizing that she and Peeta Mellark are nearing their destination. The windows reveal the outskirts of the capital, and Katniss is immediately struck by how different everything looks. Unlike District 12's gray, coal-stained environment, the capital appears vibrant, clean, and alive with color. The buildings are tall and gleaming, and there is a sense of constant motion and abundance. As they approach, Katniss reflects on how this city thrives on the labor and suffering of the districts. While people in District 12 struggle to find enough food to survive, the capital flaunts its wealth openly. This contrast deepens Katniss's anger and resentment toward the system that forces children to fight to the death for entertainment. Upon arrival, Katniss and Peeta are escorted off the train. The station itself feels overwhelming, crowded, bright, and filled with people dressed in outrageous fashions. Hair dyed in unnatural colors, elaborate makeup, and extravagant clothing immediately set capital citizens apart from anyone Katniss has ever known. She feels painfully aware of her plain appearance and worn manners. The crowds gather eagerly to see the tributes, treating them like celebrities rather than frightened teenagers. Katniss is unsettled by the way people smile, wave, and cheer, as if the Hunger Games are nothing more than a festive event. This casual enthusiasm for violence disgusts her and reinforces her distrust of the capital. Soon, Katniss and Peeta are taken to the tribute center, where they will live until the games begin. The building is luxurious beyond anything Katniss could have imagined: soft beds, endless hot water, and an abundance of food. For someone who has known hunger all her life, this excess feels both tempting and deeply wrong. Katniss notices how Peeta reacts differently to their surroundings. He seems more open, more curious, and less guarded. This contrast highlights the difference in their personalities. Katniss is constantly alert, suspicious of every kindness, while Peeta appears willing to engage with the world around him. Their differing responses foreshadow how each will approach the games, not just as a physical battle, but as a psychological and emotional one. As the chapter closes, Katniss realizes that survival in the arena won't depend solely on strength or skill. The capital values spectacle, image, and charm. Understanding this world and learning how to navigate it may be just as important as knowing how to hunt or fight. The games have already begun, not in the arena, but in the capital's gaze. Key moments in the chapter include arrival at the capital. Katniss's first visual experience of the capital emphasizes the extreme inequality between the districts and the ruling city. Public reception of the tributes. The cheering crowds reveal how normalized violence has become for capital citizens. Introduction to capital fashion and culture. The bizarre appearances of capital residents highlight cultural alienation. Luxury of the tribute center. Comfort and excess contrast sharply with Katniss's life of scarcity. Katniss versus Peeta's reactions. Their differing attitudes toward the capital hint at future strategies. Differences between the book and the movie. The book provides deeper insight into Katniss's internal anger and disgust toward the capital, while the movie focuses more on visual spectacle. Katniss's observations about capital citizens' behavior and fashion are more detailed in the novel. Peeta's contrasting demeanor is more subtly explored in the book through Katniss's thoughts. Chapter 4, First Glimpse of the Capital, firmly establishes the central conflict of the Hunger Games, a society built on extreme inequality and public cruelty disguised as entertainment. As Katniss steps into the heart of Panem's power, she understands that survival will require more than physical endurance. It will demand awareness, adaptability, and control over how she is perceived. What do you think disturbed Katniss more, the capital's luxury or the people's excitement for the games? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for Chapter 5.